better maps that Astralis can play at the moment. We haven't seen necessarily them hitting their top game just yet, but Dust2 has forever been a great map for the core squad of this team in Device, Dupree, Zipex, and so on. And it's obviously, you know, we talk about SK at this tournament, and it's often about their struggles with standing. I mean, you were talking about how this is a better map for them, but for me, this has Astralis written all over it.
Yeah, I think considering SK have a stand-in and you know the struggles with that and the roles and so on, I think it's one of the better maps for them to play. But again, they are up against a formidable opponent. Some who have said they are the favourite for this tournament, at least at the beginning. We'll see if that does prove to be true. Fox heading towards long. He's carrying the bomb, so wouldn't want to get too excited in that area. Zipex and Glaive await. Device up close once again. We have a tiny jumping frag coming in there. Actually, I think it was Third that was jumping in the bait. coldzera cleans up. Again, no bomb spotted just yet for Astralis. They don't know what's going on.
And split possibilities are real, as we have SK starting to constrict the space around the A bomb site. These long ranges are being played by with the TT USPs, but they're not really finding anything at all. Everybody's still alive and standing pretty strong at the moment for SK on that bomb site. Wow, there was nothing much to say for Astralis in that one. Kind of crazy. Great start for SK, especially on that T side, and that's going to better allow them to get the orbs rolling in soon.
SK are facing us. They're not next to us, but they're facing us. And that was a very explosive victory from the side. Dupree, half of the Get Dupree show. Last man to go down in that round. So these guys are mad hype early. At the hotel this morning, I saw Fallen and Fox having a conversation. I think it was a strategical one. Fallen had a lot of paper with him, a lot of notes. Printed, of course, neatly arranged.
Organization is key. And I will be quite curious, because yesterday we saw Fallen picking up the AWP when he was up against the likes of Simple and Guardian on this map. Today, I wonder if it will come back to Fox. It's interesting. We'll see as time goes on. But right now, Fallen is on the scout, and generally that's something that he always did very well on with Dust2. It was always very annoying for his opponents to deal with. So quite cool to see that again. And already SK, they're looking for Astralis to overextend or try to give them something, but there's nothing right now. Astralis just waiting for them to push, and that is what has to happen very soon because time is starting to run out.
For those of you in GoTV in this match, might recommend 4 people actually. Well, we'll come back to that in a second as SK may imminently make some serious moves. Device is in T spawn at the moment. He sees a lot of players. He can't engage them from that range with a P250. He might as well throw plastic darts at that point. But he can give warning to his teammate. Zipex rotating, but he's moving into an awkward position. This isn't the worst site in the world to push with no time on the clock against a force buy, but this is somewhat scary. Bells are being rung. They need to clear the site. 20 seconds left. You've got people in the red headshots, though, being deployed, and that is a good enough cleanup from SK. I was getting worried, Dan, but they prevailed.
Yeah, actually, that was a really fast series of headshots from SK Gaming when they were running in. Oftentimes, you don't see it be that quick and clean. Astralis got so much damage done. I think there's a lot of times they're going to win the round from that some of those positions that they had.
That's
so
3K, though.
Quite impressive. So
Dan, I'm going to put this question to you. For those of the spectators in GoTV, who would you recommend watching in this match?
On the CT side for Astralis, I think Device is going to be one of the players to watch. He often plays mid and is very has the power plays with those AWPs. As far as SK Gaming go, I think Cold and Fallen are the ones I would go with on SK's side. Easy picks.
Marvelous.
Yep.
Early pick off from Astralis. They've got 5 USPs, some honest USPs, and they've got themselves a kill and some good damage onto Fur. I do wonder what has become of Cold's weapon. And maybe that will, there'll be some greed in Astralis. Maybe they'll try to pick it up. Fallen throwing his scout on the bomb, and you do wonder, well, throwing his scout on the floor, sorry, to Fur. So just so Fur can take control of that, take a back step with his low health. Nicely done. There is the weapon. On the floor. Didn't really show us where it was, but never mind. KRB by double stack. Should get taken down. The rest of this anti-eco should be a formality. Fur may be at risk. but I think the rest should be A-OK. Lovely grenade. Fade away there from Glade's last man standing. He picks up that UMP, so he can get some bonus money as the Astralis head towards their first buy. Ooh, he could actually... This is a bit awkward now.
Yeah, he might actually be able to do something additional here. They do realize what he's up to. They can hear him running all over the place. He's not really making any attempt to disguise his footsteps, so he will go down in the end. But yeah, making SK think twice about that one.
There's no Raw this time with the victory of that round. Awkward towards the end.
Yeah, and actually, on the question of people players to watch and so on, one of my favorite players to watch for learning the game, just generally, is actually Zipex. He's up there because Zipex plays very intelligently. And he's a support player for Astralis as well, so you get to see one of the most efficient support players and how he makes decisions. And there's no flash about his play, and that's why it can be very good to learn from. And we'll see, he often plays the A-bomb sides. He's often the anchor on that side. But here we can see Device. You might see him moving around a lot early round with the AWP. This time he's going to be by the double doors of the A-long area, and given his presence away, they're taking a shot, and you can see that SK are definitely giving some respect to that, not peeking the angle. But it does seem like they want to go for a long take here. And Device is, meanwhile, moved elsewhere. He's gone over towards middle, so...
Yeah, he's announced the AWP towards long, and he has rotated. A man who has said recently he watched the demos of all the top AWPers, trying to identify his own style. We'll see how that plays out later into this round. SK being very careful at the moment. Slow rounds from the Brazilian side, with the Portuguese stand-in around the minute mark. And Glaive still on his own towards long, but there's only presence from SK towards the long area, so how do they make their way to the site? Counter flashes from Glaive, but they're not too late. Takeover, lovely. He's going to get wrecked with a headshot there, and there might be some flash support from his CTs as well. Wall of smoke on long will isolate Glaive, but how do SK get onto the site? There are 43 seconds left. Device is not where they may have thought he was. How do they get the bomb down?
Yeah, and the big problem here is that Astralis, they started to control catwalk with the B players. Then SK have to basically walk straight into the A site, and they have only that one avenue of attack, and they don't have the ability to split the defense away, so that can be very annoying. However, Astralis don't really have presence on the bomb site because his Device is in a really awkward spot with the AWP. He has to make some very tough choices because that smoke is fantastic. He's actually trying to peer out the smoke there. That's such a strong smoke from the T side of SK Gaming, but they have to plant the bomb. There's 8 seconds to go. 7 seconds, it will go down with a few seconds to spare here as Fallen opens up the proceedings there with a kill onto Device as Astralis make their way in.
Fallen can fall back now as well because it's planted for the platform area on long, but his teammates need help. This is a bit awkward for Cold Zero, stuck on the site. That's a lovely boost coming in from the CTs, and there he goes. He finally goes down. There are no grenades for Astralis to get into a safe position to defuse this bomb. It's going to be a gamble. Fallen doesn't have the right angle. He needs to get on the platform to stop this defuse from coming in. And now he's got teammates holding angles. Down goes Zipex, but the defuse is coming in, and there's a headshot from Dupree. Fallen, he was on the ramp. He needed to be on the platform with where the bomb was planted, and it doesn't work out for SK. Astralis get their first round on the board.
Yeah, in a very timely fashion, only 5 rounds in, and we're seeing Astralis answer back. And indeed, this was quite problematic. The great flash work coming in to help Glaive do more damage from that position. And he's in a spot where he's going to die. He's absolutely going to die there. So it's just about how much damage he can get out of it. And it was seemingly enough in the end. Dupree, just lovely confidence there, just taking those really awkward engagements, just stepping forwards and taking his time. And Dupree is can be quite an explosive player. It would be great to see him have a good game here today against SK. And speaking of SK, they call a timeout. Very early to call a timeout, but there is one.
Yeah, I don't know if the communication was there, because again, if you plant between those two boxes, it's the platform beside the pit. That's where you defend the bomb from. As you saw that angle of the bomb being diffused, the corner of the wall obscures the vision for Fallen. Unfortunately for him, but fortunately for Astralis. They get their first round on the board. The SK situation will be less than ideal. Fallen goes from the AWP to the UMP. And Taco appears to be reduced to the Tech 9, the notorious Tech 9. Maybe the most notorious weapon in the game at present in the current states.
City gun that makes me mad when I'm playing. Makes me mad. Okay, well, SK looking to try to get some map control here on A-Long once again. Perhaps they've identified that A-Long could be one of the ways that they anchor their T rounds. If you get that map control away from the CTs, force Astralis to play the catwalk. That said, they are going to abandon the idea and move forward onto catwalk. You can see Device is just sitting there. There's not much of a challenge for him initially. He gets a couple of shots off, not connecting though, and that is going to be very well received, I think, by SK Gaming, not losing a single man. And with that catwalk control, they can now go for any kind of set piece onto the A or the B bomb side, as they choose to do right now. It's on Astralis to respond here with something, to get some info.
Glaive moving close to blue. That can allow him to hear sounds on the short area, but he's rotating now. And indeed, you see the bomb towards the B area. SK, we saw some nice fake attempts from them on the previous Dust2. We'll see if they can be more successful with them on this occasion. Got the flash and the cat drop from Fur. Device maybe expecting it. Doesn't have the right angle, but Zipex is ready for it. Gets the upgrade as well. Lovely headshot from Zipex. That's perfect, but here comes the push into B.
Dupree there at the back of the side. He's got support coming in as well in a very fast way from Kirby. Very tough to get on this bomb side. Fallen able to just slightly make life easier. They're taking down Dupree, but there's more players where that came from. It's simply taking far too long. Kirby in position, finds himself a double, and then there's 4 men at once to deal with for Cole. That's not happening this time, and that's going to be a round on the board for Astralis. A round where 2 players will survive. And now SK, it does feel as though they are certainly going to be on the back foot, because they are going to be on the eco, and Astralis are going to start to really build that momentum together.
Yeah, Astralis, SK, they are using the clock to their advantage, but hasn't worked out in these recent rounds. Again, if something goes wrong, then you're in a sticky situation. Device off to a good start, gets tagged, but it won't be too much concern. They've got lots of range to play with, although Fallen, we've seen some nasty things with this scout before. But Astralis may be expecting this. And of course, Device is tagged as well. We'll see, looks like SK may be looking for that close quarters engagement, try to finish Device off, though Kyobi's there for support. He's playing the blind spot position, although you can see him once you start to go through the doors, and then he would be at close quarters. Zipex baiting Device has rotated entirely.
And that bomb is well and truly in a very bad position at this point. Sitting in the doors, it is in the smoke, but the CTs do know that it's still there. And kill coming in from Fur onto Zipex. So perhaps that bomb might be recoverable after all. Still going to have to deal with Kirby though, and but the smokes are starting to dissipate. That will give it a nice advantage there for Kirby. Still can't get the bomb. Problems there. Clay, very responsibly watching over the longhouse. It's going to spot one of the 2 remaining players now. So that's giving Astralis the ideas, or rather the kind of overall sense of what's going on now is well and truly in their hands. They know exactly what's happening. That is a stunning shot from Fur though. More damage can be done here. That's really important. Getting those extra kills out in this kind of a situation is really going to help them in the long run, perhaps.
Yes, it was not a full investment by them. We get a repeat of Device's shot there. Does get tagged first by Fox, but then the frag is delivered. 3-3. Score is tied up. Fox will be on the UMP on this occasion. No snipers for SK in this round. Device has been playing mid, he's been playing towards long. He has a nice spawn for long for this particular round, so may keep SK guessing as to his position. No, it's a short boost instead. And again, this is something that he demonstrated really well against, I think it was G2 previously, where he was studying the teams. He knew the flash always came before they pushed the lower tunnel, so he just stood on short facing the wall. Heard that flash and then started to peek, so very dangerous player is Device. Glaive, how are you in T-spawn with 1:30 on the clock? Please explain.
That's crazy. They went for a 2-man push through tunnels. They already have a man in B as well. This is kind of a crazy setup. And already Dupree coming out from lower catwalk. And in the madness, this might slow SK down on catwalk. And that's amazing for Glaive, because that gives him the space to work with to basically get the info. Okay, long is safe. We know that they all must be right now.
Oh,
great nade.
Man.
And they know exactly that every player's on the catwalk right now.
Shrapnel boys. It's Glaive moving towards top mid. Now that long has been confirmed clear. Device towards the car position. And he's not going to overextend. They've got the man advantage. They've got the information advantage. He can just hold an off angle in case SK chose to rotate. They've still got time to do it, but there's the bomb down on short. He can start to flank now. Device missing the second shot, but there's so much distraction for him as well. He needs to deliver, getting heavily tagged. Here comes Glaive from the back. First got no idea what's going on. Down he goes as well. No kills for SK. Astralis are going crazy on the other side of the studio.
Oh my god, he's just going for it, isn't he?
I think that roughly translates to...
Nice. Glaive just, yeah, going a bit nuts there. And that was quite the play, just getting it, like, after 10 seconds, he's basically in dark. After 15 seconds, he's well on his way to T-spawn. And obviously, we saw Device missing a couple of shots there, but just because his teammates are able to set up such a good picture of what's going on the map and to coordinate in such a manner, it's like the team overall is doing so well that the individual doesn't have to shine just yet, which is fantastic. That's a great base to work from as a team. And now all they have to deal with is some pistols. They've been doing well against that previously. Now Device is getting himself some frags on the board. That's 2 for him. Kirby in for some action as well. And just Fox now, they know exactly where he is. He will not be going to, he's not going to live for too long. He's going to be taken down by Glaive, in fact. And that will be a 5-3 scoreline. This is starting to look really good right now for Astralis.
It's nice to see the rifle support setups for Device as well. Something that SK used to show us really well on Overpass in particular, but we see that from Astralis. I think SK will realize the bait situations that have been happening around the middle area. But again, Device keeps rotating, he keeps surprising the opposition. He's been long, mid, and in the short boost area. Very forward spawn from Fallen. Lovely, sorry, forward play rather than spawn. He didn't spawn in Suicide. That does allow him to see anybody making a short play as well. And he knows Device is capable of doing this. But again, Device has been everywhere except for B. So he is definitely keeping his opponents guessing.
And he's just, look at this, the thing is that at this point of the round, he's just confident to sit here, just facing. There could very well be not, but he spots a player. Doesn't want to bite off more than he can chew though, so he's playing passively after he does get the spot. Doesn't want to go for a re-peek, which is really good because he's getting, the most mileage he can out of, being in mid for an extended period of time. And now we see the repositioning. Great spot just in time here to maybe catch somebody. We can see with our X-rays, obviously the players can't see that, but he was there in good time. However, unfortunately for Device, he didn't get anybody peeking at that moment. It was very close though.
And again, Zipex with the rifle support there, so they know where Device is. They're going to run up the stairs, aiming at him. Zipex probably gets at least 1 free kill in that situation. So again, it's the small things for Astralis which may put them in a good spot to take this match of Dust2. No one down per side yet. 40 seconds remain in this. Again, SK playing the clock, but Zipex is playing SK smokes. He sees a retreat, but oh dear, he's going to run into the wrong angle. Still get some good damage in, but where are SK going? That's a question.
Yeah, it's actually really good information because that even though he dies there, doesn't get a frag, he's got some good timing to get the info for the rotation. Glaive able to take down one player. You can see that the bomb is down. They are being slowed down right now. There's 15 seconds to plant the bomb. They just about get the frag onto Glaive in time. Will be a short plant as Device and Kirby sprint to find themselves onto a retake position, and it will be a split choice. Instead of both going from the same angle, we get an A-split, A-long, and catwalk. Kirby, it's going to be a tough one to win this battle against Taco, but if he can do it, it's on. And that's a flash going over the top there. Spray comes in. Both 1 versus 1s are lost here by Astralis, and SK get themselves back in here at a very timely moment because things were starting to drift away from them. And I mean, look at the money on Astralis. Imagine if they won that round. They would be swimming in the cash.
That was a nice play from Taco in the X-ray. You could see he was in the corner next to the stairs, and he was just facing the wall before the first flash came over the wall. Obviously, people could just peek, but he was expecting that, made the right read. Managed to avoid a lot of the second one as well. Lovely tag. Dupree taking it straight in the chest. Not a good start for him. But he manages to get the Molotov down in time. Sometimes if you know you've tagged one player who crosses, if your teammates have a spawn, they'll try and charge into the B-bomb site. No such luck on this occasion. Good thing for Device that he's moving away with Fallen holding angles now. Sometimes the CT uppers will hold the inverse angle. Rather than looking at short, they'll be on the CT side looking at people coming out of lower tunnel. So lots to be careful of for SK, and that might be part of what slows them down at the beginning of these rounds.
And one thing too is that Device has conditioned SK to some extent to understand that he's not afraid of Fallen. He's not going to necessarily run away from mid straight away, because we've seen rounds where he's just stayed out there for ages, and even in that round he showed some presence, fired off a shot, and Fallen has been very focused on a possible repeat from Device there, but Device repositioned ages ago, so that does actually slow down the push from SK quite significantly. We can see that only just now they're getting into catwalk positions at around 45 seconds, and typically you expect like a 1:15 timing or a 1:10 timing. So SK with a slow pace to this round, so they have to be very decisive and very well coordinated when they finally do go for that attack, because if it goes wrong, they won't have any time to recover it.
Glaive well and truly on his own. Device is on A, but he's got one flash. If Glaive needs a flash, he's got one opportunity from Device. There's Glaive's self-flash, but Device is holding the angle with the AWP. And there's the first shot. Lovely stuff from him. Glaive prevails as well. There's a bomb in the pit. How do you do this? It's gone wrong. 17 seconds. How do you win this round, SK? 4 CTs remaining again. The bomb's still in the pit, and it's being swarmed by counter-terrorist forces. And that is one of the pitfalls of playing the clock to your advantage when things go wrong. You end up in a situation like this.
Oh my god, what is that? Love that from Zipex. Oh my god, they're going to get Cold Zero as well. Not quite. That is just some cheeky business right there. Love it. 6-4 then. Astralis doing a great job in this round. And again, as mentioned, if SK give too much respect to Astralis and allow Astralis to slow them down too much, then, you know, that's going to happen. You're going to run out of time. You can't correct any mistakes or any things that go wrong. So now perhaps they're going to go just completely the opposite. Less weapons to work with, straight into that A-long position. Already, though, 2 kills coming in for Astralis as they back away to secure the A-bomb site and to stem the bleeding and sit on a 4 versus 3.
That is not the start SK wanted. They threw the smoke for the corner, but faced before it went down. Then the second player just succumbed to spray through the smoke. Puts SK on the back foot immediately. Off angles being held by Astralis. Man advantage as well. Kirby in the middle position. And there goes Cold Zero.
Amazing, isn't it? So amazing how well they know these angles. And that's something that also, you know, Device, in watching all those demos, he's going to be very aware of all these spots. But Fox finds a very fast headshot at such range. That might have given SK a chance back into this round. They've got a minute as well to play with.
First got no smoke. Fox has a smoke. But he's just biding his time in long for the time being. So we'll see if chooses to try and make it over. He's the one carrying the bomb, so tough times. I think the smoke's been deployed from long, but Zipex is close. Down goes from the spray. Ooh. That leaves Fox alone to clutch it. 1 versus 3. He was just in long. It's somewhat of a safe plant. Smoke's still alive for now, but I think he was spotted over the top of it. Meanwhile, Dupree's rotating to the long position.
This is so tough for Fox, because he actually has to take a massive gamble here. And there you go, one is offered up. Zipex will fall. And now Fox has chances. Can they stop Fox from getting those 1 versus 1s he needs? Flash to the sky. Fox has found a safe position, but they close in. Misses the no-scope. He had to hit that one, but he won't. Dupree gets the defuse, and the round is saved by Astralis. And you gotta hand it to Fox in that round. He did give some opportunities. This shot here from Fox is just stunning. It was so fast. Boom! That is that first bullet as well. Because that's crazy, the speed right there, and that almost gave them a way to win the round.
I thought the CTs were going to boost to look over. That would take out most of the places Fox could have been hiding, but there we go. They did the job, and they put SK back in poor money once again, around 2,000 to 3,000. Falling going to spend some money on the scout. See what he can get done. Device looks like he's going to peak on this occasion. Oh, that timing is unbelievable. Unfortunate for Fallen.
Yeah, Device confident here to try to take some of these battles. Fallen's looking for it though. He knows Device or somebody's lurking close by. Kirby though is going to take down Cold. Oh, Zipex as well. Drops Fallen, and it's just a flurry of headshots from Astralis onto the SK Gaming players. But once again, Fox finds a headshot of his own. Once SK have their backs against the wall, Fox is able to get something done, but wow, actually, Taco can plant the bomb here. Maybe.
Yeah, he should have time to plant the bomb. Ooh, that Molotov takes the place down, but he's still got the bad plant position. Bad plant because it's very hard for the T's to defend if they're not on the A site. 1 versus 3. He's got 2 flashes, but he can't afford to get them out because the numbers game is in favor of the CTs. Doesn't know how close they are, and Astralis will retain. 3 players surviving. That's good. Device has got his AWP as well. All good in the hood if you are from Astralis' hood.
And one of the cool things for Astralis as well is just starting on the CT side, because again, historically they've been such a good, so good at winning the CT sides and just having good games from this position, and it gives them a nice start into the series. It's always much more difficult, obviously, if you're having to come back when you're going into that second half. And if you already know what you have to do moving into the offensive side, it's very nice. And we're going to get a nice little boost here quickly from Device, or rather from Zipex for Device at that AWP. Here he goes, fast for a shot perhaps. Is there any flashes?
That's dirty, man. That's Dirt McGirt. This smoke helps him as well. He can just face top mid. We just are waiting with bated breath. Fallen, he knows these players are prepared for each other. That might make for a great match. Kirby having a look towards the middle area, doesn't see anything. No advantages, well, opportunities to get an advantage. And everything resets. Everybody repositions. Fallen looking for Device, but all he may find is Dust. Oh, his Device, is he going back to the well? He is, the shoulder peek, but Fallen was waiting for it. Finally, he picks him off.
Yeah, I mean, Fallen's been waiting for that pick onto Device for so long. It's kind of amazing, like the meta game going on here, just the battle of the minds between the two AWPers. But we have a response here. We actually have to push into upper dock. It's not going to go so well. Taco takes down Dupree. There's still a push here in Kirby. He's got to commit. I mean, he can't just... Is he going to run away? Looks like he might just run away, cut his losses. Perhaps that's a good idea right now because we have the push, the split coming into the B-bomb site. This is going to be tough here. Kirby has almost no assistance here. Glaive in the back when he goes down fast. Perhaps he bought some time, but still Kirby has too many angles to worry about. Now it's down to Zipex, and Cold takes him down. Headshot in midair, and that's going to be a round for SK. They're bringing some rounds back here. It might be a respectable scoreline for them after all. Indeed,
SK getting really pumped for that one. All 6 players in that area really feeling every single round they get here. 3-round deficit for the Brazilian side. We'll see if they can continue to catch up. Timeout from Astralis. They do not want SK to enjoy any momentum. They're having a conversation as well, as you can see. 13 kills for Zipex at the moment. I wanted to say it'll be worth watching Zipex as well. He's often the man, he's the dependable man for Astralis, the man they put in the bad situations where you must deliver and you don't always have your team with you for help. Put him in the tough spots, and he's really good at his role. Definitely one to watch, especially again, as you mentioned, Dan, if you want to learn about the game, he's not a flashy player, he's a player who delivers.
Yeah, he always thinks about how do I make what's the most correct decision here. Very good at analyzing the game there in that sense. Nice tag onto Dupree again. Dupree, it always sucks to be that guy. Always sucks to be that B player, just get tagged every round. But Fallen's very consistent with that. So that's something you just have to expect and to live with. And this round we see more of a default setup here from Astralis. The 2 members of Astralis on the B-bomb sites. They've got one in CT, that's Zipex actually, who usually sits on the A-bomb side. And Device is there instead at this point. And he doesn't have, oh sorry, he does have the AWP, but not many grenades at this point, just a smoke grenade. Classic shot, smoke off perhaps. So not much in the way of defense on that A-bomb site just yet. Astralis are better geared at this point with these positions to deal with a B push, B split, than they are a full-out A aggression.
Seems SK want to identify what's going on in the middle area, or at least get a pick there, but they won't pursue it. No one seems to be going through the doors at this point. SK moving towards the long area now, as I wanted to say many of the grenades had depleted for Astralis, but again, Astralis, a notorious team for holding on to grenades for the longest time. SK maybe not expecting this smoke grenade, and Zipex still has one more to deploy. Playing from Zipex's position, he can smoke long. Fox having a look, no bomb shown just yet. SK coming in for the split now.
Yeah, the split is oncoming indeed. And here is Astralis. They want to meet the split, pushing down into long, but it will be Fox that knocks them down. Device can't respond with more than a single frag, leaving a completely clear bomb site for the taking. And the bomb has, you know, just 2 or 3 seconds left to spare to plant, no problem at all. Kirby coming in now to try to get something done, but the best case really here for them is just to save these guns. They have absolutely no money, which is... It's taken a while to get there, but finally SK have reached that point, and they will claim a 6th round. So it's actually funny because SK in this tournament so far, every single match, no matter how it's gone for them, has always looked like a struggle to me. It just always looks like a struggle. And it's interesting because it reminds me a little bit of when NIP actually won a major. It's one of the weirdest majors ever because NIP never looked like they could win, but they end up winning the major. So maybe that could be a similar story for SK if they start to find a bit more form and just get it over the line each time. But we'll see whether they can do that here against Astralis. Astralis still with a good lead, but as far as things go right now, on the money, SK certainly have the edge.
Last round of the first half is upon us. So we'll see if SK can get the last one and leave it to a one-round gap, or if Astralis can slightly extend. Lots of grenades for the T side, nice weapons as well. We see it's a bit of a mess on the Astralis side. This time Dupree doesn't get shot in the bum on his way to the B bomb site, so that is a plus for him. A plus he sorely needs. His device is only down to a deagle. You see Cold0 trying to find out where the device is. The flash is dead, and first up close, early frag for SK.
Great counterplay. Oh man, oh wow, Cold0. Just and the dinking coming in through the door. I mean, that's two brilliant counterplays already from SK, just understanding exactly what's going on and dealing with it remarkably well. Glaive, last man standing, they know where he is. So from that, it becomes unlikely that he gets much more work done in this position. Spotted there, and he's probably not long for this world indeed. That is the case. Extra frag in the dying moments of the end of the first half, as we have an 8-7 scoreline. Astralis, they managed to win the half, but very slimly, and it is actually quite interesting because they did lose the pistol round as well.
Yeah, I'd say it's more of a lead than a victory, just the one round. And I don't know, I mean, again, going back to the fact that SK have a stand-in, what side do you think might be easier for them to play?
It is a tough one. It is a very tough one. I don't even know necessarily how to answer that. The thing is that Astralis have become a much more rounded team, and they were able to play pretty damn well here. Despite losing the pistol round, they found, we could see good performances across the board. We didn't see anything like insane from Device, who, is a player who can really explode, but it was definitely enough. And as a unit, they were playing very well, and Glaive has lent the team a lot of strength moving into their T sides, and they've had a lot of time with him too. So generally speaking, I think it's hard for me not to just generally favor Astralis on all the sides. And if they win the pistol, I think it's going to be really tough for SK to get going.
I think SK are a team who, if they continue to progress, are going to get better during the tournament. Again, I feel like when they played Mirage, we saw some turmoil. But indeed, if they do make it to the Fox, if Fox gets to the Fox, production wise for that, there you go, then things may get quite exciting if you are Brazilian fan or Portuguese as well. Friday to Sunday at the Fox Theatre in Atlanta, a classy and classic place. I'm going to be there. Hopefully you'll be too, Dan.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. I am a little bit under the weather right now, but I'm sure I will recover in time for the epic showdown at the Fox Theatre.
Taco has one kill on his StatTrack knife. He's got one kill, Dan. I have over 6,000 kills on my StatTrack knife because I'm a fan of Surf Deathmatch. But enough about me. SK have gone. Let's make sure no one's got their headsets off. No, they were all good in the hood. SK have got Fallen on the defuse kit. Everybody else has Kevlar, looking to abuse the range of their weapons. And again, Astralis, as we've seen quite commonly from T-side teams in general, have two people with grenades. Glaive with a flash smoke, and Zipex with a smoke Molotov.
Yeah, I do really like the Molotovs. Teams are just working out better and better how to use those Molotovs, get loads of value out of them.
Do you remember when they first came out? There was a petition by pro players to get them out of the game.
Yeah.
You can find it on HLTV. Do a Google search.
Oh, Cole's going to find a lot of players here. There's the first one. Can they trade it, or will he just start to demolish all of them? There's the second one. Cole has to go for the reload, has just enough time. Fur with the cover as well. Cole in for another. And now there's no one left standing apart from Device against 4 players. What does he do? There's the first kill. Finally, the refrag onto Cole. But after that triple kill, which just completely shook the Astralis lineup, it's going to be hard for Device to get much done here. The bomb is still lost as well.
Hard, but not impossible. He has some time on the clock. It would be better if he had the USP, but such is life. Beggars cannot be choosers, and Device is a beggar right now. Taco holding the off angle. But, I mean, there's opportunity for Device to avoid a crossfire, at least before he goes through these doors. Will he check CT, though? Oh, Taco with the dirtiest angle. That's good enough for the pistol round for SK. 8-8, pair of 8 stat.
Yeah, so that means that the SK have now won both pistol rounds, but it is far from over. We didn't get a bomb plant there from Astralis, which means that they're going to be buying Tech 9s. It means that they're going to be buying Kevlars, helmets, and maybe we'll have one guy on grenades, or maybe even two men with grenades, potentially. Depends on how much money they have, so they can get themselves on a set piece onto a bomb site. In fact, 3 smoke grenades and a bunch of Tech 9s. Do not be fooled. This could potentially be quite a strong round from Astralis if they're able to get into a good position to launch those smokes from. Typically, it would actually be catwalk. Previously, I think we saw yesterday, I can't remember which team did it. They actually tried to fake A. It actually might have been SK. They actually faked A to make it look like which is what is so commonly the play in this kind of round, where you go for the plant with a wall of smokes on A. They did a wall of smokes, then went B to catch the rotation. It worked out quite well. Very cool to see Astralis attempt the same thing, but we'll have to wait and see.
Fox going to be the man on long. Fallen around the A sides at the moment. Fair and Taco have chosen range with their M4s, although those UMPs definitely not bad against armor. I think they have the best armor penetration of all the SMGs, if I'm not mistaken. Cold Zero and CT for the time being. SK with 2 deep in towards B, probably a smart idea. Where Astralis to push the tunnel, then Taco could abuse that M4 from the headshot position. Now it's Astralis' turn to play the clock, perhaps looking to exhaust such grenades as smokes from the SK side. SK with a reasonable amount of flashbangs. That smoke will tell a story.
In comes the split then. It will be A after all. No fake shenanigans. Fox, lots to deal with there. Shot in the side of the head by Glaive as this push starts to encroach upon this A bomb site. Fallen trying a cursory glance here or there with the UMP holding his position, causing distraction, making life tough now. No grenades left here. dupreeh has to take down Fallen. He gets the kill onto Fallen as well as Fur. dupreeh delivering massively for the side. They have to get the bomb across. Can they do it? It's still in no man's land, and it's not going to work out for them. SK Gaming defend with 2 players left.
That is absolutely brutal stuff. Kiabi, the man towards long, all of 5 HP. Talk about a gauntlet run. That is absolutely horrible for the Astralis side. Such opportunity towards the end of that round, and let's not forget, I mean, Dust2 is a dangerous map to be carrying the bomb if you get picked off, because again, way long ago there was an update to the game where if you drop the bomb, it doesn't fall at your feet, it flies forward. So if you're running along catwalk, for example, towards the A site, it can fall off the ledge. It can fall off into CT spawn or into mid, depending on where you get picked off. So you really have to be careful where you position yourself. Horrible stuff for Astralis. Puts them on the pistols. Fox in no man's land. Fur able to clean up though. Free firing Kiabi. He'll get taken down despite the ding onto Fur's head. Still alive, no dong. There's no dong, Dan.
There is no dong, no. That is true. And there's no round here for Astralis to be won. Device will go down as well, and that is the victory there for SK Gaming. It was more or less a formality. One of the most impossible maps when you've got no Kevlar and just Glocks to do anything on a T side is Dust2, and the CT side as well. So that is going to push, or put us into a position now where Astralis do actually have a buy. They've got the AKs out, no AWP just yet. They have a bunch of grenades as well. But they are going to be aware that this is a point when SK can bring out the orbs. But not only one orb, but we see a second orb on Taco, actually, who typically will be going B with that. So that's going to be interesting. Yeah,
Taco playing AWP on B may allow them to just leave 1 person in the B bomb site and have 3 people over towards A. That is the case at the start of the round. For playing around in the smoke towards the middle area, Astralis taking their initial map control. You see that deep grenade towards the top of mid. That can be very painful if you're trying to make your way up short. And that grenade comes flying in, but it's Fur to take the initial damage at the beginning of this round. Again, Fox alone towards long, very close with the smokes at the moment. So we have questions being asked by Astralis with that smoke in CT. Maybe trying to pull SK out of position.
Nice tag from Fallen, but he would have wanted the frag, of course. Kiabi lives for now. Grenade starting to wane, to diminish on the Astralis side, and with a minute to play with, they need to try to use this cat position to get a play onto a bomb site. And SK have players spread all over the place. SK are pretty well tooled up to deal with a B play. They're more vulnerable against an A play right now. because the additional player is actually in CT spawn, which can provide crossfires between Fur and Cold as the players do run into B, as well as faster rotation times. And it looks like Astralis will barrel into A. This is the best case for them strategically. If Fallen can hold, though, if he can hit the shots, that could be what could save them. And they are slowing down, but they should get the bomb here.
Fallen, he's forced to retreat. He knows some T's can be on the low ground, so he needs to back off and play for the retake. CT firmly in control of the T side. Taco holding angles, but look at Glaive's position. He's got a crossfire with Device. How on earth do you get back into this? Glaive going for the cheeky repeak, and he'll get taken down. That gives SK a man advantage. Now Fox is able to cross. Things are getting really awkward for the Astralis side. Fox shoulder picking. Did he see both players up on short? Looking for someone on the low ground as well. Dupree is repositioning. Things getting awkward for both sides. There goes Dupree taken down, and this retake is on. Device out of position in CT spawn. How has this happened that?
Yeah, it all begins with that, the repeaking from Glaive, doesn't it? I mean, obviously that's a one-on-one that is going to be won a lot of the times by the AWPer, and
I don't know why he picked like that. What did he have to gain from that?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you get a bit carried away. Sometimes there can be a lapse of focus.
It was interesting, you were talking about the setup of the CT side. I was wondering what Astralis were thinking of it, because prior to that push, all they knew was Fallen was on shorts. They pushed, they chased him. There was no aggression from the A side, and as they saw him jump around the corner. So I wonder if they identified what was likely the setup of SK based on that engagement.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's the thing, because they indeed made a very good call. Like the A bomb site, instant take. SK Gaming realized, we can't hold this. Let's just fall back and then go for a coordinated retake. Shouldn't have been so easy, the retake, though, but it was. And speaking of easy, Device in there. Does he steal away the AWP? He does, actually. Going for the repeat with the AWP. Cold Zero by the barrels. He is in trouble, but he's able to survive. That said, Taco will take down Zipex, putting it to a 3 versus 4 situation. And the bomb is in T spawn. We have a flank coming in from Longhouse as well, from Fox. So, oh God. I saw him dying there in my mind's eye, but looks like Fox will survive.
Might be about damage now for Dupree. Blind at the moment. Got an AWP, and the AWP will swiftly be taken away. SK with a very nice lead. Lots of barking from the coach, keeping them focused on the game. Never over till it's over. That is absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, it's pretty insane to see that happen. Considering you have an AWPer like the caliber of Fallen on that pixel angle, it's a shot. That's like such a common position. You're so practiced in that spot. Just quick little pre-fire with the Deagle, no problem from Device. 12-8 indeed as we get the tactical from Astralis. SK are actually starting to run away with this now. This is actually kind of insane. We will get the buy from Astralis. We'll have the AWP onto Device. But what is the go-to plan for them? There's lots of stuff on Dust2 that you can do, actually. It's one of the classic maps, one of the staples. It is the quintessential Counter-Strike map. It is the Counter-Strike map. So there's a reason why it's been played for so long.
Indeed. And it's good to see on the Astralis side that everybody's focused, everyone's calm. We've seen a lot of mental stress from other teams when they've been in unfavorable situations, but Astralis seem very focused, don't seem too disturbed by what has happened of late, and that's great. We'll see if they can get back into this. They've got a good buy, 4 AKs and AWP onto none other than Device. Fur playing from outside the B wall at the moment with a grenade in his hands, just in case anything crazy goes on. Cold Zero in CT spawn, and Fallen and Fox are both focusing on long for the time being with nobody around A.
Yeah, both teams here looking to become legends renewed in this match, and which will be the team to do it right now. SK with that double AWP setup, it's been working quite well for them so far. Just waiting whilst Astralis get the information, and it would be quite interesting to see whether Astralis try to push the double doors a little bit to get the info into CT spawn, because that is something we haven't seen too much from them, and it's one of the staples of information gathering on this map. It does come with its own risks, but you can mitigate the risks with the proper use of utility. However, it is the default on a slower pace. We've got the catwalk take, and now this is the decision. This is decision time for Astralis. Go for the mid play, and actually looks like they just want straight B split. They haven't really gathered much info. They're going for the straight B split, and this is a good positional setup here from SK to deal with it.
Fox is starting to push long, I think. Nice angle being held by Fer. Not going to go for engagement just yet. Just going to keep this info on his team. The B-split not going to work out, not through mid at the very least. And again, we've got Taco with that AWP, allowing his teammate to run distraction. He'll come in for the trade. Lovely stuff. That disables Astralis. It leaves Zipex alone with 17 seconds left. About damage, he's blinded. Surely they're taking down. Taco going to repeat from the side. He will go down, but SK, it's another round in the bag.
Yeah, the crazy thing is how safe Taco played that. I really like that right at the end there from Taco, how he just, really tried to bait it out, didn't give anything away. But this position from Third, that is just won the round right there.
So
That's
patient
crazy.
as well. So patient. He saw them much earlier than that. Had confidence in his position and capitalized on it. Crushed the push from Astralis. But again, Fox and Fallen were just standing along the entire time. They could hear people moving around short. Didn't make them nervous. They knew what they wanted to do, and they did it. And now we see a fast boost from Fer onto the short position with Astralis focusing on long.
Yeah, trying to speed up the pace. And you have to do that against SK at this point. But the problem is the flashes coming in are perfect for Fox. Push from short there, as we see Fer just bringing the heat, but he is going to be the one that will be the recipient of the damage taken down by Astralis as he moves forwards now. As Astralis, moves forwards now into the middle position, looking to get a fast run into that B-bomb site. Taco's still there though. He's not got the most comfortable position with the AWP. Oh, nice one from Taco. Able to get the no-scope into action, taking down Device, but there's a chance here for Glaive. But the bomb is down. That is so crucial there for SK Gaming. They can just sit in this position now. It's all on Glaive. He's got to push this one down. He's got to be ruthless, and he's got to kill 2 players essentially at once in this very open space. This is so hard.
Front page of National Enquirer. That bomb is very exposed at the moment. Glaive, how do you avoid getting traded in this situation? As time ticks, you have to wonder if his 6 is safe as well. Seems to see he's going to go for the peak though. Fox ends up cooling on his own, running out of bullets, does Glaive. Fallen trades, and they're going bananas. They're going crazy over here on the Brazilian desks. One Portuguese desk, of course. 2 rounds away from victory are SK. Again, with the struggles they had on Mirage. I mean, this has to be surprising.
Oh yeah, I mean, absolutely. But it is Dust2, and the thing is that Astralis are playing quite a basic game at the moment. Again, in some of these big buys, they try to play a pick-based style, and SK are playing very passively, and SK are forcing them to go aggressive. And so what that calls upon Astralis is an advanced tactical display, and they don't quite leave themselves with enough time to do it when they're playing their very slow rounds. So I think that's one of the adjustments they need to make, just to speed up the default just a little bit by like 10-20 seconds. It might make the difference for them, but right now we see that could be the case here. We've got faster action towards the double doors. You can see Fer, is it going to spread? I think Fer is safe in that position for now. And he does have the potential to be the bait for, or rather, the Cole could be the bait for him, but no, he's just going to be gathering information. And typically, it's important to pop flash that position and take out a player behind the doors, because otherwise he just hears everything from that spot. You can hear so much. You can hear dark, you can hear the catwalk area, and there we go.
In the face. More CTs to be eliminated, though, by the Astralis side. They're trailing at the moment. 1 minute on the clock. That smoke will make Taco somewhat nervous. On your own with an AWP, you do not want T-side bursting on you through a smoke. No rotation from SK, though, and maybe the idea of that smoke is to pull a rotation, to put 2 people on B, as what looks like an A push comes in from Astralis.
All right, so it's on Fallen here. He's got the AWP, got a great position, Cold as well, just there to try to provide extra distraction, jumping from the boost position. Fallen spots nothing so far. Takes another cursory glance towards long, wondering when is the push going to commence. They have to do something now. There's 20 seconds to go. They've got to get the bomb down immediately. Colt takes the first player down as Fallen is now in a lot of trouble. 3 players quickly on his position. He misses the first shot. That brings it all on to Cold. And now he's got one with the rifle, switching out for the USP there. This is a really tough spot. Go for the reload. Can't have time for it, though. Device drops him. And now it's on Taco in a 1 versus 3 from B with an AWP, no less.
Excellent play from Device, and surely Taco has to be considering a save. He's got $250 in the bank. The money is higgledy-piggledy across the team, so who knows if they'll buy the next one, but it's definitely a plus to save this. Having a look towards CT. Not sure really if he wants to face in this situation, though, although I guess he wants to do damage. Astralis have no money either, so if he is to get a pick-off, then he can maim the economy going forward, putting Astralis on a weaker buy. If you're trying to save and you want to make your way towards tunnels, it's better to run behind the Xbox in the B-bomb site. You're a bit less exposed than if you run in front of it. significantly raises your chances of being tagged. 5-round lead for SK. Winner of this match goes to the playoffs. Loser plays again later on.
We can't really count out Astralis just yet. They are in a spot where they've got a big buy, and SK's money is by no means in a safe place. So if Astralis can get the ball rolling here, then they can absolutely bring this one back. And SK know that. They respect Astralis. They know that they are definitely a championship caliber team, just as they are. So they are taking their time, a timeout, in fact, from SK, as they try to interrupt the momentum, or any potential momentum that Astralis might maybe building with that victory, and getting on the same page here to make sure that they absolutely take this one straight away, that there's no silly business, because we've seen that too many times, even so far in the Swiss system group stages, where it takes a little bit too long for one team to actually take it over the line.
Things start again. Fox on the FAMAS. Won't be the worst thing in the world, playing in a long position, once he gets there, of course. Glaive with a very fast, almost a Cloud9-esque run, all the way down middle. Sean Gear's era, Cloud9. Freakazoid used to be sent there. Go and kill was the order. We'll see if Astralis can do that. They've got a numbers game in their advantage. Fur gets the first kill. He needs some help, but he can't get it. Taco goes down immediately as well. That's an open B bomb site.
Yeah, brilliant stuff there, but Fallen comes into the fray, able to pick off Zipex before he can make his way to the window. 3 versus 3 then. Will they go for an aggressive peek here, the T's, to try to get something done, or sit on their positions inside the site? There is an ample amount of utility here for the SK Gaming side. And Device, he has to get this kill on the Fallen. If he can kill Fallen, they only have to worry about the front of the site. There it is. Peek comes in. Device delivers. Fallen's gone. And that leaves Fox and Cold with their rifles to get in on this one. Cold is way out of position. And indeed, as I mentioned previously, their money is not good. They're going to run tail between legs to save and bring those rifles into the following round.
Yeah, the loss bonus sucks as well, so Astralis may have an opportunity to get more rounds on the board with less resistance than normal. Double figures now for Astralis in terms of rounds. Everybody save for Dupree on double figures for the Astralis team in terms of kills. Opportunity knocks for the Danes.
Great round as well from Astralis. The very fast mid timings can be very devastating and really catch a team. If a team is reading you on a certain pace and you bring that out, it can really mess them up. And that's exactly what happened. Perfect moment as well, because it just reset SK Gaming. So here we go, Kirby now straight into long. This is nice to see from Astralis. Fast control of one position on the map instead of just waiting for your opponents. They take action immediately. And what this can do as well is potentially force a response into dark. And they have a player looking out for that. Dupree sitting up in upper dark, waiting for the CTs to make a push, and then to capitalize. If that happens, that gives the B bomb side as an option, as well as the A bomb side with long control.
And here comes that push, slowly but surely creeping. But there is a push from lower tunnel as well. Dupree might be in a very sticky situation. We've got a jump coming in. Got to get his bell rung once and twice. Taco taking him down. Meanwhile, Astralis starting to push the long area. Cold Zero's position could be spectacular if he can wait long enough. Fox running distraction in the meantime. Cold's biding his time. Can he stop the plant? No plant just yet. There's the bomb though. And now he's a problem. 3 on 3. He needs to reload. He's on fire though, and he may get taken down. He's exposed, but no one does get the kill. Finally, Kiabi, Taco up close. He can't get anything done either. For last man on short. Does he want to hold on to what he has? Doesn't have any Kevlar. Against 3 players, it might be wise. But he's rotating towards CT. He's got a kit. Maybe he wants hero play. There's Glaive on the high ground. But will get taken down.
I was really scared there for Astralis that Dupree was going to potentially cost them the round. I mean, that was, and this is a spot as well with Dupree. Like, if he's a player that once he gets going, obviously, you know, like a lot of players, like some players, they're getting the frags adds a bit more confidence than other players. And Dupree can be such a crazy entry style player that if he gets going in that sense, it gives a lot of options for Astralis for him to just go absolutely ham on the entries in later rounds, and then, you know, losing that situation instead of just taking down 2 players for free, which he should have done because he pulled out a grenade or something. Very scary stuff, but very, very scary push here on a long, very insane pace from Astralis. Looks like they found something that works, James, because they are not letting up at all on SK Gaming now.
Yeah, Fallen stuck on the corner, blind, behind the smoke, taken down. Everybody falling. The dominoes are all over the floor. Taco wins the duel just about, but this is a sticky situation. However, SK, see what they choose to do. One person per site. Astralis have changed their approach after the engagement towards long. They know Taco is the B player. They may realize he's heavily tagged. They look to exploit him. Oh, Glaive running out of bullets. That's a bit awkward. Down to 10 HP. But still, it's a 4 versus 1 as they move into the B bomb site.
Yeah, that was a little bit weird. Not noticing the bullets in his gun. Taco will go down though. He's way too low on health. Can't win those battles, and if there's any hope, it's gone now. And it's quite interesting to see that the very fast pace has worked out for Astralis in this way. It is kind of gambly in some senses, but we'll see whether that actually is punished at any point by SK Gaming. And what Astralis choose to do in the next round, because they know that there'll be one weapon saved here, but that SK Gaming won't really be able to buy. As we can see, their money's decimated. They'll be in the 4th loss bonus, which will be $2,900 for SK Gaming. So they still can't do very much, which allows Astralis to kind of slow things down a little bit. And they could even run the same play as they did before. Take A long, have Dupree lurking around the upper dark area, looking for the response, and see if they can't bait a reaction to then give them a clean opening into the round, into a bomb site.
I think at this point, 14-13 is a very likely score. So again, when they win rounds, both sides are very, very vocal. But again, you have to ask questions about pressure, tension, as we get to the dying rounds of this match, at least in normal time. Around $3,000 per person on SK. This will allow them to buy bits and bobs. They will be at maximum loss bonus afterwards, $3,400. So some pistols will be purchased, and I'm sure we'll see lots of AWPs in the next round. 2 on Estados for this. Kiabi, second one, getting tagged early. But again, it's Cold Zero. He's going to be the focus, or will he? I mean, there are deagles on the map, as far as SK are concerned. Oh, wow. Just for the cross. That is when you've got cash to splash that. Yeah,
that's actually kind of nuts, isn't it? Obviously, they can't really afford to lose rounds, so money doesn't actually, at a certain point, doesn't matter. So it's kind of, I like the, it's incredibly rare to see that kind of stuff. So
yeah, on round
cool.
27.
Yeah.
I mean, normally it's last round of a half, but that is not something you see every day.
Yeah, very cool. And you can see that Astralis are playing this one quite differently, and it's interesting because the anti-eco or anti-force buy type approaches, there are a couple which are very standard, and they are very strong, even if opponents expect them. But against the caliber of SK, you can see that Astralis really are making an effort to mix things up, because this is not the normal anti-eco type play that you would expect to see out of a team. Either it's like a very fast B push with the right grenades, or it's, you barrel into that A long area, you push A with grenades again, and those are very strong with the with the bulk of your team. Very strong pushes that work quite well. But here they're going to be walking through mid and actually going for a B split. This looks almost like a gun versus gun round, and Forward comes in for the back here. Oh dear, Zipic's caught off, but they'll still get the frags. It's all okay.
I think the smoke is messed up in the CT spawn area. Cold has an opportunity. There are more smokes down though. He's still alive with them 4. Doesn't really matter beyond this round, depending on his money. There he goes, leaving Fox alone. He will soon be cleared up. Glaive being very patient with those final bullets. Astralis hype for that one. So here comes the buy from SK. Maximum loss bonus, 6k plus on almost every single player. Can they get back into the winning column, or are Astralis about to tie up the game?
Ooh.
It's crunch time. Oh, Dan.
Oh.
We are back in Oceanic Counter-Strike. It's back in the Faceit League a few years ago. 3 AWPs was the norm almost on Dust2 when possible for one side. And here we see it again. Fox, Fallen, Taco, AWP.
This weirdly worked out for them before, so who's to criticize them this time? I mean, this is just something special, isn't it? That they could make this work previously. Does it work against Astralis? They're going aggressive as well. Cold with the rifle there, spotted perhaps by Glaive. So you have to be very careful here. Cold could even try to boost, or could earlier on in the round could have tried to boost Fallen for a very sneaky angle there over into lower dark, but they play it a little bit more safe and they just peek out for info. Nothing found though early on, and SK don't have many grenades because of their choice of a triple AWP setup. So this, if Astralis just take a bomb site quickly, how do you retake it with 3 AWPs? That is the question.
Break glass in case of emergency and buy 3 orbs. That is the command. Fer once again playing outside the B bomb site. This time he's gone back to his position, hiding behind the planks of wood. Taco with an off-angle of the AWP in the B bomb site. No cash left, as you can see. I thought I like to burn money down. Fallen on the short position of the AWP, Fox on long. The numbers game going towards B. It'll be fortunate for SK that they have an M4 there. Fer up close now as he pre-makes his way through the smoke. There's the first AWP frag. There's a second one. And there are more targets. Kiabi getting taken down. There's a Molotov to Taco's position. He'll finally get traded.
Yeah, 2 versus 3. This is actually kind of doable here, but the bomb has to go down. Oh, Xyphix tagged as he runs past the doors, I think, by an AWP. So this is getting really awkward right now. In fact, because they're so close to the plant, they may try to just dive this, but they don't. This does give a slight moment, a respite from the offense to just chill out and get some positioning here. That's a nice Molotov, did a lot of damage. Device, he's got to win this battle. Fox rather in the tunnels. Oh, he goes for the reposition. Still safe though, as the rest of the CTs come in on the front door, trying to kick it down. Device patient, tapping away, already with 2 frags. Just needs to kill Fox now as he comes around the corner, trying to get that AWP into play as Device is toying with him, and there it is. Device saves it with the triple kill. Astralis win an incredibly crucial round.
You can hear that tick, tick, tick. He didn't have time to crab walk into the angle. He had to go fast there, but maybe he thought Device was more forward than he was. Clutch round for Astralis. The money is broken for SK. The gamble didn't pay off, but they're still gonna have some money to spend based on that lost bonus. So the UMPs are coming out amongst other things, and it's Astralis taking the tactical timeout, maybe just to get those adrenaline levels down to reasonable, manageable levels after a very important round.
Yeah, and you got to hand it to Taco. I mean, Taco did play excellently there from that position. He got 2 kills, very pressured, all the grenades sailing in, trying to dodge there. I mean, it's generally like a pretty decent defense from Taco, but of course, Astralis picked such a good round. They set themselves up so well for that one. It was always going to be difficult to deal with, and Device with the clutch. Beautiful stuff there. The question now is, what is left for SK? What are they working with here? We've got a Scout, 2 UMPs, a FAMAS, 3 HEs, a flash.
If they are to lose, for the most part, they're going to have 5k in the next round. Fallen will have enough for an AWP. Fox will be shorts. And again, that corner not working out for them. Fallen fell last time. This time it's Fox. And then we have the car position being held with a UMP, 2 HE grenades and a smoke. There isn't a single flash on SK in this round. Following that push towards long, for them to try and get any real estate back, to try and help them get some kills, even the numbers once again. Taco on the Deagle. This is a very ropey buy indeed.
Yeah, and Astralis understand that this pace has absolutely been much better, and we can go into that later because Astralis are in a spot now where they can start to pressure. Once more, they've kept a lurker towards the B side of the map. This time it's Sipex, who I think more commonly does tend to do that in these positions on the T side. And he's looking for that aggression. He's looking for the info play. SK, they're pressured to try to respond in that way. Astralis know this, but because Astralis have such an advantage just inherently with better weapons, they don't need to wait too long for, let's say, SK to hang themselves here. And SK start to move in now, as do Astralis, and that's important. Fer catches Zipex, the lurker's gone.
4 Molotovs, but none towards the car position. Cole gets a kill, traded, falling up close with the Scout. Again, a boost is possible. The CTs could boost as the bomb tries to get planted here. That might be the smartest play, and there we go. They're waiting for the plant to come in. Dupree planting it for long, but he can't get it done. Lovely reaction from SK. They've got a man advantage now.
20 seconds to go to plant that bomb. Things starting to get a little bit weird, but Kirby rising to the occasion with 2 kills on the AK, leaving Fer for the clutch. UMP there as he listens in by the elevator position, perhaps unknown at this point, but Kirby is covering the angle, and Device is waiting as well, looking towards short. They've got everything covered to Astralis. There's surely no way in, and indeed that's the case. Kirby finds himself that triple kill, and Astralis somehow are making their way all the way back. They're on 15, they're on match point. Can they deny SK overtime?
Lovely boost, great reaction. Very much limits where the bomb can be planted, and you're almost never going for bad plant in that situation if you are on the T side in front of that single box. So you'll be exposed more often than not. Nice Molotov as well, trying to delay the plant even more. But as soon as they lose that round, it's just Bro Fist all round for SK, and again, they've got that max loss bonus, falling on the AWP once more. No tag from the T's this time. KRB had the second AWP. He will drop it in T-spawn. No need to dispose of it. It's the last round of normal time. Fox on long with the FAMAS. Playing around the doors, so not a big deal. SK with a read. You see coldzera moving towards CT, and Fallen's up close as well. So Fox is going to be a very important person. If he goes down, then that may change the formation. Although it seems Apex will have a passive look towards long for the time being.
And Astralis, I mean, they did find so much success with the faster paces. Again, you don't want to be too predictable, but generally that the idea, the ethos of trying to get in SK's face a little bit is definitely better than playing passively against how SK are approaching their CT side. And again, Astralis a bit quicker to have positioning on catwalk, so it does seem like they've adjusted these timings a little bit, and they could go for the straight up A play, but they're yet to take A long. They don't have too much information into A as well, into rather middle as well. And there is indeed a player there, Cold, but maybe they have to read that this is the setup, and if they do, A is the best place to go, and it does appear to be that the place that they are going to attack.
Is coldzera in a position to stop the cat drop? He has got the first kill and the second one. That means Fallen could hold his ground here. He knows the low ground is safe. Still going to move back towards the platform area. 5 versus 2. This is horrible for Astralis. How do they get back into this? They've got to get the bomb down. Fallen finally gets picked off. No one else in long. They don't know that though. Device, he's tagged. They're in a lot of trouble, Astralis. Can they hold this down? Can they take themselves to the Fox Theatre?
Important position here by dupreeh, a forward position. Now, it's not always anticipated. This is a bit of an off angle. Will Fox look for it, or will it be a free kill here? dupreeh needs a free kill. The flash comes in. He's exposed, completely exposed. Device now, there's one. Needs 3 more, but he can't deliver. Swarmed on all sides. And that's the round there for SK. They will take us to overtime.
That maximum loss bonus came in handy just when you thought it was safe to book your place in the playoffs. Overtime is here. Grab some biltong. We might be here for a while. Lovely. This hold is so important from Cold. If he goes down there, then Fallen is forced back all the way to long, as you saw in the previous round. But because Cold gets a 2K while standing on a box, no less,
Yeah,
that allows Fallen to keep his position for longer. Such a key difference. And that brings SK to overtime. Everything is reset. All advantages are gone.
Yeah, Cold is basically the most consistent player that there is, that we have pretty much in the last year or so. It's been unbelievable, the performances that he puts in the moments that he puts them in, as we've seen on the videos that ELEAGUE have been producing, as well as Valve here at this major. Cold is quite the difference maker. And now as we go into overtime, the question that we beg to answer is, who has the advantage? I don't know if anybody has the advantage right now. This is pretty tight.
KRB out quick. It seems SK have learned their lesson when that smoke goes down. They're not going to stand on a corner and get sprayed on this occasion. Straight back to the site. They managed to escape in time. Taco's making his way towards T-spawn and Astralis. They're abandoning long. This could be a disaster for the T side.
This is just insane. Taco basically just sprinted straight to T-spawn. Oh man, there's just no way that you expect this.
Oh my god, he's going to see KRB moonwalking as well. He's only got a UMP then. He got to go for the burst.
The crazy thing actually is that they trade 1-for-1, and with 1:20 left, actually that is fine for Astralis. That actually puts them in an advantage. So this suddenly got very weird, because this is all about how both teams play the mid-round. SK Gaming, they decide to go for the decision to go for info on catwalk, to allow Fallen to get into a position where he can get a pick so that an advantage can be had here. An extra grenade coming in. That shows us that right now SK are essentially herding Astralis towards B. They know what's up, and right now the positioning so fast to rotate to B that SK are in a great spot. As long as they don't get taken down on catwalk, nice frag, and it's unreturned.
First playing the off angle, the blind spot. He probably won't be checked. Will he let them go past? No! Jumping 180 from Blake. What is that? Leaving Fallen alone. This has turned into a disaster. We saw plays from that off angle previously where the first person was allowed to go past. Went for the initial engagement. Complete disaster for SK. Fallen has a decision to make. I don't think he's going to commit to this. He might try and get a cheeky frag through the window, but it's MR3. He can't really afford to lose this AWP. Looking for the first player. Forced to overextend. Point of no return. Astralis first round on the board. What just happened there?
Well, Glaive took 1 point of damage. I don't know. I don't even... Like, that is so weird. Because that position from Ferret is just godlike. Okay. It was,
there we go.
Yeah.
I couldn't even see him from first perspective.
Yeah.
Smartly looking for it, covering his teammates. Really nice stuff, and even they can't believe what's going on.
It's crazy, right? Because SK played that round so incredibly well. They herded Astralis. They knew exactly where they were. They took out the best positions. What? Device through the door, straight in Taco's face.
In the face.
After losing around the first round in overtime. That is a very bad way to start this next round.
That was a reaction. He swiped him in the jaw. He swiped him there.
God damn.
We've got a two-man push in a short position. SK trying to get some advantages back. Flash is coming in from the T side. On it from Memphis, though. Two-man spray down for Fur, costing Fox at the same time. And the advantage is retained by Astralis. Fallen being disintegrated as well. Smoke towards CT spawn, but there we go. Dupree picks off. Now it's Device alone. They've seen the smoke deployed. They know it wasn't by Dupree. Zipex has been taken down as well. Do they know where Device is, though?
This is really interesting. Just so many 1 versus 1s there for Astralis, in which they lost more or less all of them. Thanks to the likes of Fur and Cold, and now Device, he can find himself an additional 1 versus 1. Perhaps he can break the trend in this round and actually win one for his team. And if he does, he gets the bomb down, and another 1 versus 1. This is perfect. Fur has no idea. He's not looking in the right spot. Easy frag for Device. It's on now. This clutch is on for Device. He gets the bomb down, and Cold sprints towards the A site.
It's the bad plants as well. Fully exposes you to pretty much everywhere. What position will Device take? Maybe it's the wrong one. Cold was closer to short, decided to go towards long. Device having a look. Cold Zero out. He's tagged, and there it is. He's fragged. That's 2 for 2 for Astralis. They are going crazy over there. Far too much sugar in those drinks, Dan.
The quad kill for Device in that round. He just came up massive for the team. Look at this. See ya later. Taco is so dead right there. You can't get more dead than that, James.
People don't do that, Dan. They hold angles and they shoot, trying to anticipate you going into it. They don't swipe you in the face when you're trying to just go towards B and mind your own business. Fox in the 3rd round, down to the 5-7. That's what failure costs you in overtime.
Oh my god, this is such a bad situation. If you're an SK fan, you definitely have your hearts in your hands right now, because SK are not in a good position.
They've got nothing. They've got pots and pans.
They are really screwed at the moment. It would take a bit of a blunder for Astralis to lose this, or something absolutely phenomenal, which from SK, in which they are completely capable of course. We'll have to see what their decision is. They're on the CT side, no less, as well, but so it gets even harder to try to create something. Now, Astralis quick onto Catwalk, and SK, they just bide their time. They are just waiting right now. They're hoping, they're praying that it's actually going to be a B play. They're much better set up for that.
SK, the team that we've seen the comebacks from time and time again, especially in majors, but could it be Astralis? If they take this round, that's 3 match points going into the 2nd half. That's nothing but pressure for SK.
Oh, Astralis are actually going towards B here. And again, SK are much better set up for this. They have a fast rotation of 2 players towards middle to actually get to B. So that means that Astralis have to be instant with their kills. That's a good kill. Glaive straight away in middle, but they have to do that to Fur as well. Fur jumping in from the top there on the crate. Taco delivering with the UMP. Traders in there. Device has to do it all over again.
How does he get the bomb down in this situation? Fox is still in T spawn. There are 22 seconds left. He needs to get towards B. Fallen, does he wait for his teammate? Does he go for the push? Device fakes it. He's going to bait Fallen out. Can he get the kill, though? 20 HP, and that's giving time for Fox to rotate through. Oh, Device is never going to expect this. Through the window he goes, but he can't get the kill. The one desperate round for SK. Can't believe they did that. What a hero play from the top of the box. The blind spot. Falling down. The 2nd frag so key, and the UMP follows up.
I'm even surprised that Device was not able to actually get the kill onto Fallen. He was so close, almost just getting the clip through the edge of the rock there, or the wall, to just take down Fallen, but he does fall back and doesn't get that frag. So close this game. Astralis still with the lead though, and SK, you know, that's the kind of round that, you know, maybe you've had a few rounds of failure, but to win a round where all the odds are against you, you're up into this situation where maybe your opponent goes 3-0 in the 1st half of overtime, and you got UMPs, that's a big morale boost. That is a big morale boost for SK.
1 round lead for Astralis. That is SK avoiding death's door for the time being. 1 round, that cushion, that small, uncomfortable cushion on a very solid wooden chair. 2 players in the B site for Astralis. No one in mid for the time being. Again, Device has been all over the place, and SK will have to respect him. Have to try and identify where Device might be. He's rattled off some shots early in this round, Device, but can always be moving. SK investigating the short area. There are a few quirky angles that can be held around that short position, so they have to respect that smoke for the time being. Device playing the barrel position is one of them, so they have evidence already. 1 minute on the clock. SK, they've liked to run the clock down on these T sides. Seem to have a focus on B, and look at the position of the Astralis team. If SK are to start moving soon, it's going to be a long rotation from Astralis. Nice off angle there for Kyabi, but will it be good enough? SK getting closer.
Yeah, B is absolutely the correct choice here. The rotation, as you said, is so far away that SK have guessed correctly as to how to attack this round. And Astralis still sitting on A, not moving a muscle. And the split comes in. Only one player. Oh, they line up for Dupree! Gets only 2, though. That is, however, consolation, considering how quickly Kyabi did go down. But it's going to be really hard for them to get back into this one. 3 versus 3, and they are so far away.
That is a huge frag. Cold Zero had nowhere to go, and that gives opportunity for Astralis to go for the retake. Otherwise, I thought it was pretty much a save in that position. Zipek's taken down now, and maybe they will change their minds once again. Glaive's approaching the tunnel, though, and Device is getting closer. He's tagged, he's picked up an M4. Seems they might go for this. Facing lovely flashbang from his teammate, but that clock is ticking no further. He's got a few seconds to hold on. The 180 comes in, Device doesn't have the HP, and we are tied up once again.
That was so close. That was so incredibly close. I mean, we saw Device there. He just couldn't fight. He had no idea where Fer was. He just had no idea where he was. And that is, by the way, also a sick shot from Mr. Fallen. Would you expect anything less? Oh, wow. If Device just has an idea that that Fer is at least to the left, then he gets that kill.
The problem for Astralis when they're deciding on that retake is if they go for it and they die, they may have a ropey buy in the last round of this half, as we saw SK in the last round of their CT half. And that may be when you're against match point, who knows? Someone is about to make match point in this round. AWP on both sides again. Device and Glaive towards long for the time being. Zipek's in the boost position. Again, you can be wallbanged if you're on the floor, if you're boosted, and quickly be dispatched of through those boxes. Again, SK just trying to identify the setup. Answer the where is Device question as well. It's a very dangerous question to answer. Standard map control procedure, taking the short area.
Astralis are kind of doing what SK did as well, basically just leaving SK to their devices, or the T side to their devices, and allowing them to more or less do whatever they want, playing passively, not trying just to avoid giving up an early frag. And they're going for the B split. And this is, again, this is the better setup here for Astralis to deal with this. They have the man in the CT spawn on the boxes, which is actually Zipex. And here they go. Zipex can see so much. Look at this, that's one frag. They know where he's there now. And that's going to just slow things down. That's going to distract them. There's 2 players on the site. How do they get into B? The bomb's lost now as well. This is so problematic. A flurry of kills. How on earth did that happen? 4 kills simultaneously there from the SK Gaming side. But Dupree, he's still got the bomb, and there's still a chance for him to win the round for Astralis.
SK have no grenades. They've got no flashes. Dupree, he's making a lot of noise, and he doesn't realize how close they are. He's scared in case they're coming from the tunnel area. Fallen goes in first. He won't realize Cold Zero's coming in from the same place, but there he goes. He's fired some shots, and he's going to win the round. Match point SK. Worst case scenario for Astralis. What is their money going to look like? Oh, man, this is bad. This is real bad, Dan.
They are going nuts in the SK camp. Oh my god, look at this.
4 kills in 1 second.
Oh man, the energy there is just incredible on the SK Gaming side of the studio. Double or triple up from SK to begin this with, and Astralis are the ones with the terrible buy. And just...
This is barely a buy, Dan. This is a salvage operation.
It's kind of crazy, isn't it? Because, you know, when Astralis were in that position, they were all about to get 3-0 in the first half. They're like, yeah, they've got that really terrible buy. It feels so good. And now they're in that position. And they know that they have to do it, and SK already did it, and if they don't do it, then it's just completely over. At least for SK, they would have just been facing a 3-0 first half. But for Astralis, there's the additional pressure where there is no other chance. They have to win this, or they are going to be having to try to qualify later on today instead of right now. And SK instead will be the ones to be renewed legends.
SK, they've been playing slow rounds already, and this is a good opportunity to do it again because Astralis, oh man, almost inevitable with 3 AWPs facing you. Life goes from bad to worse. There goes Glaive as well. This is a brutal start. Device going straight through the smoke. Can he get anything back? He can't. They are disappearing very quickly. Loser of this match has to play for their tournament life later on tonight. SK may make the playoffs. This would be humongous. Zipex holding an off angle, but what can he get done? There's 1 kill, but he's the last man standing. He's got 19 HP. The pop flash into long. Cold Zero's far away, but he's too far ahead. So the SK side, they make it to the playoffs. They conquer. They had a lead. They lost the lead, but they take it in overtime.
It's so crazy. Just a struggle. Every single game for SK is a struggle. But finally, they at least secure the playoffs, and that is massive. Astralis still have a chance in this one, but a defeat like that, when they would have absolutely felt that this was their game to lose, it's going to be hard to come back to, because before, teams had a day to recover, a sleep to recover, but not today. Today, we find all the results